GI. It's nice. It has a volume button connected to the actual wire that's plugged in.
I use a sense. I use a mod mic separate from my headset, so I don't have to worry about sound quality or mic quality, honestly.
I've been thinking about it.
Ooh, Daphne's up. Be here a while.
Alrighty then. Hello everyone. Ladies, gentlemen, and Nisi enthusiasts. Welcome to the run. So we do have time to kill, probably like 23 minutes or so. Um, this is time generally we spend finding elementals, but mark the elemental with a waymark, an A, B, or C. You don't want to take the elemental and you don't want to shout it out. This is just because if we take them early, they might be out of charges by the time we need them, as well as you're just running out of time of a buff that you kind of want for later anyway. So a little over 20 minutes to wait. This is a good time to ask questions in your parties if you have any. If you're newer and aren't 100% sure you have it unlocked, there is a arsenal or a Eureka scholar in base camp you can talk to near the Logos manipulator, and they can get you sorted on if you have it unlocked. Basically, if it says ask about the Baldesian Arsenal. Yeah, I don't know. Chill, hang out, don't get AFK kicked.
But Louise?
Anyways,
Throughout the run, I'm going to say this because this has happened a couple of times recently, especially after the HUD layout changes. I've noticed it. When we say don't get AFK kicks, HUD layout doesn't work anymore. So if you got to go AFK, make sure that you're going to be back to wiggle or, I don't know, rubber band your W key down or something. I don't know, something to keep you from getting kicked from the instance because a lot of people who just like got knocked out because Ozma explanations took a while or whatever.
Sorry to interrupt, but holding W down does not work.
see, I had times back in the day, before I knew about HUD layout, of like resting something on my W key. So 20 minutes from now.
Get one of those dipping birds, put it over your W key. It periodically
It's a
presses
thought.
it.
Amazing.
I would never use third-party programs.
Who does that?
Yoshiki, please forgive us.
Would you consider a dipping bird a third-party program?
Yes, it is.
I mean, well, not a program, but it is a tool.
Third party tool.
Yeah, if you train your bird to periodically press the W key, does that make it a third party?
No, that makes it account sharing.
Boy, you can see party chat, right?
Yes, I can.
Cool.
Yeah, that's partly why I'm saying it. There may be a serial stabilizer user / sniper in the instance. If that happens, we will deal with it accordingly, as we always do. Yeah. Trying to explain it's against, it's not how we do things over here, and if people do it anyway, that's when we crack down on it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't mean to jump in, as I'm not at all involved in this run, but I didn't mean to shout that out. I kind of just reactively did that.
Nope. Yeah, all good.
Alright.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Anyways, good luck, everyone.
Take it easy.
Speaking of cultural differences, though, definitely something we have to talk about more with the cross CC travel. This time slot specifically ends up being like a very new player heavy time slot, and so we try to keep chaos to a minimum. So I don't want to see jukeboxing. We'll address that if it has to happen. I am not comfortable with plate bearer percept yet, so I don't really want to have that on my runs just yet. Maybe on like a different time slot, but with this one, I want to be as risk averse as possible. I want to make those poor newbies less scared, rather than that fucking double waiver they have to sign to get in. Like that fucking terrifies people. It's ridiculous. So yeah, we generally are just gonna take it a little more comfortably, a little more thorough if we need to be, and we can save the shit posting for more shit posting oriented runs. I highly recommend anybody from other data centers to check out how we do things, but wait a bit to see how things are handled here before doing things your way, and vice versa. If Crystal people are interested in maybe seeing better ways to do things, go check out the other data centers because everyone can learn from each other here and there. Yeah.
We should host like a not me, we us in general, I mean cafe in general. Should host like a reclear and just make the notes like cross data center and just try to see what we can see.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so someone entered the Baldesian Arsenal.
Yeah, we see.
Does that block it?
It but as long as somebody's inside, we can't. I don't think it will spawn a new Avni. I'm not sure if it pushes back the Avni timer as long as they're inside, or exactly how the math works on that. I feel like we've had people leave and then like Avni still spawn close to the same time. We'll just have to. Yeah, the run might be delayed. That can happen due to all sorts of instances, whether there's people inside, whether there's instances locking or Avni just being stubborn. So not much we could do except see.
Okay.
Just send that person a tell. Fine.
I have not yet.
There's a Ceto alley, and that's the only one I've Anyone in my party's
The other ones, or one of them is also behind Moleg's spawn.
Gotcha.
Is that Earth 6?
That's a great question. If it's not Earth 1, I don't know where it is.
God damn it, Trans.
Hey,
What?
listen, just being
Earth?
honest. Yeah, a little south of Earth 6.
Okay, so by the rock.
Yeah.
The one to the west of the rock?
Yeah, the one in the swampy area with all of the null shoes around.
So east of the rock.
Okay, east of the rock then, okay.
So we got that, Cedo, and did we find the third one?
No, I haven't found one yet. I've checked the southern part of the map mostly. Nothing on Cake Island or Chicken Nugget or anywhere near Arrowhead.
I checked all the right side, and the only one that I found was Cedo.
Yeah, I'm checking the middle section now because I had somebody check, or while I was checking the western half, somebody was checking the eastern half. So
I checked the entire middle and didn't find anything.
okay, then we might only have two. The third one might be on its spawn timer, or it might have died. So
Oh, so I guess the person that went into the instance for BA left already.
Yeah, I sent him a tell. I'm just like,
Ah.
hey, we do have a run on the way. No, they're still
they're
in.
still in
Like,
there. They're still in there.
Are they? They didn't show up on my thing.
Yeah, Slangeteer and Slingeteer, or
Mhm.
well, I mean,
Oh,
Slangeteer is
now
the
it's
only one in
showing.
there, but yeah.
Yeah, there are 94 people in the instance. The list takes a while to refresh and build itself.
Mhm. You can also toggle the thing that puts people in the
Looks like
arsenal at the
they're
top.
Yeah, that's what I
out
did.
now.
Okay.
I think they might have actually died in D level.
Well, that is why you don't go into BA on your own. It's a learning experience.
It was one of the tier players, and one of them is now level 59. So
Yes, it was that one that was level 59.
that is unfortunate. They must have, instead of using return, they must have like pulled the wall or something.
Oh wow, a Nader-Tite flask. Pog.
Another for the collection.
Yes, the trash can collection.
Indeed.
Ah, yes, a new piece of trash for the ground.
Do we know what the smallest number of people that's ever successfully cleared BA is?
There was a couple people who have managed to do 12-man runs. I know those have been done. Nagy was trying to run for an 11-man run a while back. That hasn't happened because the low man, I guess, fever kind of slowed down. And while she still wanted to do it, it was hard to get people to go. But 12 is the lowest that I know of for clearing all the way to Ozma. But it is very likely that you could do it with probably 11, maybe 10.
But yeah, it gets real spicy real hard,
Yeah,
real fast.
When you get below 12, things start to get drastically more difficult.
And I mean, we're still trying to get it, but the main thing is scheduling issue also. It's getting, because not to be gatekeepy or anything, but it is, if you're doing low man, you need to be fully geared and know exactly what you're doing to do it.
Getting 11 people to, well, 10 and the host people together that are dedicated enough to put up with all of the bullshit that happens on planning for an 11-man run like that.
No small feat.
I'm gonna go grab food real quick.
I know
will be
myself and
right
Shayla
back.
would be interested in something like that, should it ever happen again.
I don't see why it couldn't. Just have to schedule it.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesdays are out for him.
Just quick question for people who know this sniper. I know there was some trouble with them last night as well. Do we have a Discord tag for them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I looked for them in ABBA and couldn't find them in there.
Okay.
If ever I've talked with people in support, and I have somebody that can pick up my spot and lead, and we can shuffle the person who got sniped in support.
Okay.
Yeah, I can give my portal up if someone's gets taken too. I don't mind.
Yeah, sounds good. I definitely don't want a newbie to lose a spot, for instance.
Yeah, that's exactly why I made the arrangement for
Mhm.
it.
I'll wait to get into mine a little bit. If someone gets taken, they can just take mine.
I've sent them tells explaining that that's not how we do things, and that if we plan to disrespect the way Crystal is hosted here, they'll be removed from all relevant discords, reported heavily in game, etc. So now they have a warning. If they snipe in, which is likely at this point, we just light them the fuck up with reports. Doesn't whether the GMs take it seriously or not.
We've done our part.
They have said in their TOS and stuff that disrespecting the way a community typically hosts things is reportable. Or does content, and this I think does qualify. We've reported people on this grounds before. So,
Well, it's
there's
different
not
if someone's
many.
doing a mechanic differently, and someone actively trying to cause problems for 40 plus people.
Yeah, premeditated, informed it's the wrong way of doing things, still doing things that way. At that point, that's just disrespectful.
I feel like I've
No.
heard this being done on your run, Fi.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Square Enix devs, in their infinite wisdom, decided to implement this instancing system for BA. So we really don't have many tools at our disposal to crack down on people. Give me fucking DRS where I could just queue in and I could kick people from my party.
God, please give DRS type BA.
Yeah, old man shakes fist at Cloud.
I mean, it's understandable why they did it, but it's also frustrating the way that they did it.
Mm-hmm.
DRS is Delibrum Reginae Savage.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Savage version of Delibrum Reginae Normal that you do for your Shadowbringer's Relic weapon. Finishing it gets you the Cerberus Mouse.
Yeah. And people kind of assume that DRS is kind of like the BA of that content, and while to a degree, because that's the one that's actually organized, it's not really the analog for it. Like the BA analog is more like DR normal or Castorm or DAL, that's more the same style of instancing and kind of pug group feeling. We just coordinate BA harder because it works that way. It's so much better.
Well, it's also to prevent unnecessary de-leveling and
Yeah, all it takes is one person not being informed or on calls or whatever. Yeah. We've all seen Castum and Dow's wipe to stupid shit.
oh yeah.
I feel like BA is harder than DAL, but it's not as hard as DRS.
Yeah, BA versus Dow. I don't think so. I think Dow's harder.
I
Quite
would say Dow's
honestly.
harder too.
Yeah.
DAL's harder mechanically, but you can still res
BA
people
has
and shit.
yeah, you have the res. The res restriction is really the big thing making BA quote unquote hard. If there wasn't the res restriction, then it would not be all that big a deal. Same with the in DAL, if you wipe, you go back to the start. Those two are the things that make BA, kind of a tier above. It's not harder; it's more punishing, is the way I like to call it. It's decently easy content. BA is alliance rate difficulty with calls and explanations, but it's more punishing. So we tend to safeguard ourselves a little against those punishments.
I'm curious if the variant dungeons are gonna do the BA thing with res restriction and stuff. I'm really
I would
excited.
love that.
They are.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they've said that it's going to be res restriction. I just want to know. I want to know what the penalty is going to be.
They have already said for the new dungeons like that in Savage version, if your party wipes, all trash mobs respawn and they spawned even stronger.
Oh.
Oh,
In other words,
get
reset
fucked,
anyway.
idiot. I love it. See, now there are going to be people who like, all right, we're going to wipe until it gets to the maximum difficulty just on the first
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah, that's gonna be
challenge
the
run.
the,
Little
the
meme runs.
challenge runs. Yeah.
Are we gonna have a category on this server for running those? You think?
Uh.
Probably
we
depends
have
on how
the-
it actually is.
So the way things work. Oh hey, the third elemental.
Oh,
where was it?
It
Oh,
is,
and
it
shout it
is the
out.
far south center.
Yep.
That's a new one.
Yeah,
that just spawned.
Like we say, please don't shout out alleys. We do have other ones found, thankfully, but they have limited charges, and so they can all get used up before we need them, especially when there's a full instance and stuff.
So the thing about this server is generally reserved for the adventuring forays content. The stuff like BA and Save the Queen, and then eventually whatever the new one is whenever we get it. We're generally sticking. The goal is to generally stick to adventuring forays content. Everything else we really do through the a la carte section, because it is as stated by the name a la carte, it is off the menu. It is just whatever you want to have. You can make parties for. We probably won't go too in depth on making new channels unless it turns out to be something similar to what we want for this server. But for the main sense, we're just going to stick to Eureka and Save the Queen stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sem will cause a whole new host of channels to appear for it.
Yeah.
The bane of Yuki's existence.
I think if we all mentioned that we wanted a new an optimal role for the new Savage dungeons, that would make Yuki wake up in a cold sweat.
Yeah. Like nothing makes Yuki fucking they're just having to make more roles, more channels. He's just like, no, we don't want it. It's like, well, yes, but it's either necessary or helpful. It's like, yeah, but roll blow, channel blow.
I feel like what Yuki's need is like two different like Discord account. One to like do all the channels and stuff, and the other one to like use what he wants to use.
Yeah. Yuki, I feel like his platonic ideal of a Discord server is a single channel and like 50 people that run BA consistently.
It's like just basically just an IRC channel.
Yeah, exactly. Like all these damn kids, they want off-topic spots because they like each other and want to talk outside of runs. Like, damn kids, get off my lawn.
Fucking disgusting.
I remember
They want to
even,
post pictures of dino nuggies. Like,
I feel like I'm.
You went
I feel like
there
I'm
with dino nuggies.
showing my age a bit, but I remember even when IRC had like off-topic offshoots, and that was always like a pain in the ass.
Here comes a better question of when was the last time you were in an IRC?
Probably like
fucking-
5 years ago.
yeah, don't age
Mine
me
was
like
more like
this.
8.
I'm still active in an IRC server.
I used
Surprise
it
was
I don't even
before.
remember my login.
I used it before Discord more than like Skype and everything.
There, Skype's been terrible for God knows how long.
Yeah, like IRC was just better than all the other shit for text at least.
And
I
what
use
about the
TeamSpeak 3
other?
for most everything.
Yeah, what about the other options for coordinating stuff like Ventrilo and Mumble and all that jazz?
Mumble,
those
Ventrilo.
Skype is genuinely the funniest program I've ever used, because it was the one that like the Skype group call that my friends and I were in was genuinely cursed, and by cursed I mean like haunted by ghosts.
Not just like degenerate curse, like
No, like somebody had put a hex on that server, and it wasn't always bad, but it was certainly fucked. Like, I don't understand what the hell would go on, because like there would be times where we would be like the biggest one, and the one that still scares the shit out of me, because me and a friend of mine we were both in this call when it happened, but there was a storm going on, and both of our power went out. Like the lights go out, fucking monitors turn off everything, and we can still hear each other.
What?
I'm sorry,
That
what?
happened. That happened.
And did you, by any chance, have like a tin can in each of your rooms and a string running between them?
No. No, we could still hear each other for a good couple minutes.
This guy is so cringe.
But like then also there's been multiple times when we were in that group call where we would somehow start two separate group calls at the same time, and there would be, three people in one call and two people in the other call. And if you clicked join call, it would just be like a crapshoot which one you would get into. And if you were in one of the calls, you couldn't hear the other group of people. And like both groups of people would be able to like hold separate conversations. And the only way to get everybody back in the call all together would be to have everybody drop out of the call and then have somebody who was not involved in the first two groups click call.
Jesus.
Cursed, more like the ghost wanted us to be friends.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
guess.
say cursed as in like hexed. Like there was witchcraft going on.
Did we get an exact timestamp of when the person left?
I did not. Sorry.
Left the
Something like
arsenal.
52.
Thank you. Yeah, I was like, I could scroll back up, but.
That Skype was so fucking bizarre in all of the different ways that it would not function the way that it was supposed to.
A couple other things to mention. You for newbies especially, generally you don't want to pop a remembered until you're in the lobby of BA because it is very possible to die on Avni or to things leading up to your portals. Also, elemental is something you want to wait until we kill Avni to take because taking it early just wastes time on that buff. You can get a new application of the buff by clicking off the green portion of it, but it takes an extra step, and you need other people to proc the AoE for you. Now we have people checking for fresh instances unlocking as well, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh.
Harvin is leaving. Jeff.
Yeah. We have a lot of experience. We have a lot of experience dealing with Avni and dealing with instance prog, and I think even with all that experience, I don't think anybody fully knows how it works. Trance has the best theory about it, of course. That there's a single laptop in a closet that they forgot about, and it's running the server.
And
Honestly, I don't.
nobody wants to touch it because as soon as you do, everything breaks. So they just leave it still.
Nobody nowhere knows how this works. It's just guessing and like trying our best to understand this fuckery.
Well, throwing ourselves against a brick wall, huh?
Fine, you got to remember it's in my closet so that I can unplug it whenever the elementals are wrong.
God damn it, Trance.
The trans closet laptop was a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably. We are all trans closet laptop on this blessed day.
Oh, there's an Earth Ellie, so that's why you didn't disconnect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for BA newbies, it is frustrating to have to wait around. But this is BA doing BA things. Like until an instance locks, we aren't guaranteed to get a new instance. And
Basically, the sooner you get used to this, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we claim we're not a cult, but for some reason we all keep coming back.
Yeah, right.
Guy.
Some runs. Yeah, no, he's doing a fucking giant like a
Ozma macro.
I guess he's just used to pug groups. Yeah.
It's a PowerPoint.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Apparently.
I'm reporting it for chat spam. Already.
He's from another DC, isn't he?
Yeah, the traveler.
And apparently it's unknown one, so.
So unfortunately, you cannot block someone while you're in the instance.
Also, the only report option is RMT activity.
You've got to report through other means, which is annoying.
I was gonna say there's a long
Quick
process.
system support desk. Contact us.
They must be fun at parties.
Yeah, because I feel like if I report them now, I'll just have to report them again later anyway. So I'll just wait to compile it all into one.
Taking
In fairness,
screenshots?
the explanations are correct at least.
Yeah, no, like it's.
Yeah, that was actually right.
Like I'm sending them things in tel, and we were talking and shout and yell, and they're just very obviously either ignoring it or not looking. So like they know what they're doing. I don't know. The way we always treat snipers is we basically treat them as not existing. We just ignore them. We don't pick them up. We don't deal with them. We clean up any messes they might cause because we have to. And we just, at some point, people are just gonna get tired of running the content and be done with it. Like if they are consistently excluded, consistently not answered, consistently, just ignored, then they'll move on. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. We do our best to make a good new player experience. Some runs are more geared towards shit posting, some runs are more geared towards newbies, whatever. All we ever ask is that people be respectful, but there's only so much we can do with this style of content and the way like recruiting is actually done for it. Uh, yeah, if people aren't respectful, we can deal with it on our end. We can report people in game. The worst that generally happens if we know we have like repeated snipers in a period of time is like we recruit one fewer person into support for that run. Like we've had issues or instances before of like party leads excluding a spot from their party just so like if we get a sniper, nobody gets their spot taken. We just go in with 50, 47 and 55 instead. So it's like
Yay!
it's not that big a
Zombie.
deal. It's just a pain in the ass when people do not listen, do not, adjust, do not take, the work we put in seriously.
If you
So,
want to see how to report someone, you can check Arsenal chat. I highlighted the spots.
everyone get down to Avni as well as do ready checks. Wind is ready? Yeah, I definitely don't want to like sour the run too early, and if shit happens, shit happens. This kind of something we have to sigh about and try to salvage the rest of the stuff. It never ends up being that big a deal.
For the majority of our players, don't worry too much about all of the logistics involved. Just have fun.
Yeah,
You're here to enjoy your time, and for the newbies, you're here to get you cleared. The stress will eventually end up on the leads, so don't worry about that.
And the co-hosts of this run are two of the mods of the server, so like we are the people to deal with it. All right, I'm waiting on Earth, Water, and anyone in support.
Support's ready.
Okay.
Earth has one person on the way down, and one person looks like they're trying to do a bunny.
Okay. We got DE ticking on someone. Just waiting on Earth.
Oh, they're gonna have to take a second because Picky's gonna take a while to get down here.
Oh, fair enough.
He's
yeah.
ogre.
It's not ogre till it's ogre.
Oh, the usual ogre party came? I missed it.
Oh, it's just one.
Yeah, there
Just
was
one?
two, but the other one left.
Last note, once we enter BA, I'm assuming you want everyone but leads to be muted.
Not 100% necessary. I am generally okay with crosstalk and stuff in between the actual important shit. Like, there's the coordination on bosses and calling and all that, but like, I want people to have fun. Part of the problem, though, is Trance and I both love to talk, and we do not often give other people chances to talk.
And confirm.
It's a podcast, basically.
Also, if you talk during if you talk during my boss calls, you will get angry trance, and a lot of people don't like angry trance, so try to avoid that.
I will do my
Yeah,
best to
like
keep that in mind.
Trans scared me off of shadow calling.
I would like to propose that we force Astra to call this entire run.
I mean,
Astra's already proved that he can call. We'll get through it.
Asher got forced to call one runner already. Give him a break.
Yeah, like
All right.
Aster's gonna post a run, or what's theirs look like?
Piggy's just about to make the thing, so I'm doing the ready check real quick. All right, and Earth is ready.
All right, Ba in Gage.
Yeah, when the main reason why Fi and I host these runs still, even after Fi and I have probably been doing this for a very, very long time by a lot of people's standards. But the whole reason we're even still doing this is just for everybody involved to have fun. For one, we want people to enjoy their time and get their clears and have a stable time to come in and stuff like that. And so generally we don't mind if people are joking about and having fun. It's just when things need to serious up, we will let you know.
Mm-hmm.
I thought y'all were running this for the Seal and Clot scam.
I mean, did Booty ever finish the third
No,
green
I
map?
think the third. I think the third part is still lost to time.
Hi, everyone. Hi, hello, hi,
Nerd.
hello, hello,
Oh,
hi.
you're gonna kill so many people.
Oh my goodness. Bliffcast is
No.
on.
That was
Damn.
a good one.
So, small thing to mention, we do practice PvP on Omni because it is our last chance to be just degenerate shitbags. When inside, we take things very seriously. This is why
It was like 20 people.
This is why we advise people not to pop a Spirit of the Remembered until they get into the lobby of BA. When I say thanks and kill you on Omni, hello, yes, I am things. All right, Party leads, please check in your in your parties to make sure everybody has the blue ethereally prime buff and assign out your portals. So, we're going to make our way to an elemental now. We wait before taking the elemental as we have several minutes until a red portal will spawn, which is the ones we want to go into. So, kind of what the timeline looks like, get near an elemental, try to figure out where your portal will end up. That's done using the map posted in Arsenal chat, as well as your element and the number your party lead assigned. You kind of cross-reference all of that. But right now you just get near an elemental, don't take the buff yet, and we will wait until it's like 4 or 5 minutes left on the ethereally prime buff, depending on how far you have to travel. If you have to go a long way, you generally take it 5. If you have to go a short way, you generally take it 4. Yeah, kind of depends on what you're comfortable with. If you already have the buff, you can right-click off the green portion of the buff, the Elemental Blessing damage, and then when other people step in to proc it, you can step in with them. It refreshes the timer on your damage and healing portion. In a few minutes, like 1 or 2, blue portals will spawn in. We do not interact with blue portals, as that requires an etheric stabilizer, and that's not something we can expect from everybody on the run. So we wait until portals turn red to go in as a coordinated run. When blue portals spawn, again, do not use them, do not target them, do not interact with them, nothing. But you can cross-reference, as red portals will end up in roughly the same locations. So if you're confused about where your portal will end up, you can figure out from the blue, oh yeah, this is what that map looks like. Here's where mine will be. Additionally, if this person stabs into a portal, a random red portal will get removed instead of the one that they took. So we might have to adjust. What's up?
The Molech Ellie is gone.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we might have to adjust someone's portal. If yours doesn't appear, we can tell you the other spot to go to, as we do have some people. I know we have people on support, and we've got someone on the main run who are also good with giving up a spot to get people in.
You can add another person on the main run to that list.
G-posing.
Cool. Shit, like I would put myself on that list.
Yeah, if it was like there have been times
if I wasn't
where,
hosting, yeah, like
I was gonna say you have to stay in.
I mean,
I don't
technically he
have
does.
to do anything.
Okay.
But
Sorry to interrupt. So
Between
don't
you and Trans, your part.
Hold up. What's up?
question. So when it becomes a red portal, don't use it just until it's called out.
You'll use it as soon as it turns red.
Oh,
So
as soon
it-
as it did. Okay.
Yep, it will turn red when the blue ethereally prime buff ticks from 4 minutes
Is
down
this
to
guy really
3
proc?
minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Just RP walking to proc it. We have several minutes to wait, so no reason to take it now. The reason they're grabbing it now is because they're gonna snap in and then get reported to hell and back. Because, yep, see right here, they're taking this portal, and that's good enough for me.
Noted for the end of the game.
So one portal's gone.
Yep.
I think water 6 is gone now. If
It's
There'll
gonna
be a
turn
random
red.
portal.
A random red
Or
portal
water
will be taken.
8.
So we'll have to see which red portal is not there. I know that we had support people willing to shuffle over. I believe Addy and Wind was also willing to give up the spot.
Cuddle has also said if there's an Earth portal, Cuddle won't go on.
I've got Addy is the Preceptor for Art, and Cuddle is the off tank for Ozma.
I don't have any role on the main run, so if someone's portal gets taken,
It already did. So
yeah, it just go take Lightning 5.
okay.
I don't
So
have
yeah,
I don't have a main role.
whoever's portal is not there, you'll want to go to Lightning 5. And that will be the spot to take. Thank you much, Astra. We certainly appreciate it.
Did you
Yeah,
say
it's fine.
Water 8 was taken?
I thought it was
It,
water 8.
it doesn't matter what blue portal's taken. It's
Okay.
so there's 5 minutes left on the buff. If you have a medium to long way to go, now's the good time to take the elemental. Make sure you actually get it, and then you can make your way to your portal location. Again, do not interact with blue portals. We wait for them to turn red, which happens when that blue buff goes from 4 minutes down to 3 minutes. Inside is where we'll handle, we can remake trays there, pop actions there, get protect and shell on the bridge. But right now, it's just getting to your spot.
I think more than
Just a
one
heads
got
up,
picked.
there are now 2 people inside. You can have fire 5.
Okay, so Fire 5 and Lightning 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm pointing out. There's at least 2 missing because Fire 4's been taken and Water 8's.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have.
the other person that's in is the one that
We have an indom that needs to refresh on wall, by the way. So assuming they haven't pulled it, please let the art wall be until they've done that.
As far as the people inside goes, once we get in, party leads will want you to mark them with the ignore symbol. And then we just, whatever they do, we ignore it as best as we can. If they end up dead on the floor, we still ignore them. We laugh on our side, but we ignore them in game. We don't want to do anything that could get us reported in game, because technically this is how they made the content. And so even though it's against how our community organizes things, it's there's an argument that it's still allowed in the game. I don't know. People are gonna be shitheads. People will continue being shitheads in all sorts of things. People are bastard coded bastards with bastard filling. But we can't.
Scrubs reference, yes.
We don't have to. We don't have to let that stop us from having fun. Please go into your red portals. You can enter while mounted or while in combat. If your portal is not there, Fire 5 and Lightning 5 will be kept open. And wait on the bridge for shell and protect once you get inside. And party leads mark down which side you're dropping onto.
thank you very much to the 2 people who chose to bow out. That was what, Astra and Alex?
Yeah, we'll have to start maybe reserving spots because I know with the announcements going to other discords, this is probably just going to be more common. The serial offenders from different sides could all offend everywhere together. So the first person to mark is so somebody's over towards the Magian Melder, KG Astrion. There's someone to mark, and the other was the Kiri Toucher person. If you did not mark them already.
Where?
As
You've
far
received-
as what's up?
If you've received Shell and Protect, please step off the bridge.
Yeah.
There are 2 portals open, real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's taking the lightning
Yes,
one.
Wilhelm in Wind will be taking one of them.
Yeah, Fuji
Fuji
is
Wilhelm.
taking the other one.
Yep.
Okay.
Wilhelm, go in.
Yeah, just go.
There you go.
Alright. So one last kind of coordination thing to talk about here at the start. There is the /magia auto command. /magia auto using it once sets you to automatically an offensive, twice is auto defensive, and a third time turns it off. Additionally, we do need to split up voice calls here as we are dropping on different sides. Earth Party, Wind Party, and Water Party can stay in this voice call. Fire, Lightning, and Ice parties will want to drop down a voice call. What's up?
Here real quick, both because this is the question of my party, and also just because it's a good thing to answer now. This is when you would want to make sure that you have your Spirit of the Remembered popped. You should swap from your Spirit of the Remembered into a tray with a Wisdom plus a utility action. Then once you have your tray with your Wisdom and utility action on, and you put your Wisdom on, you can refill the empty trays with backup Spirit of the Remembrance or backup Wisdom trays as necessary at the Logos Manipulator once you have your Shell and Protect.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can think of every backup remembered and every backup main tray as kind of being an extra life in BA.
Cuddle, I think somebody said to hold the art wall until they can refresh.
Oh, I already got it.
Okay, then
The
yeah, go ahead.
the random actually took it, but they literally stepped away so I could refresh.
Yeah. Also, somebody did have to drop from Fire Party, but that's totally fine. All right. Again, do not interact with people. Just ignore them. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna hop down a voice call. Again, Fire, Lightning, and Ice want to hop down a voice call with me.
Okay. Does somebody still have Shell and Protect up? Can I get yes. If the wall has been pulled and is being held by a tank, we can get that. We have 2 people who still need Shell and Protect. If somebody still has that available.
We'll throw it down on Eve on our side.
Oh, I'll be fine. I forgot to get it, but I'll be fine.
Picky, you don't need to. You don't need to make a. You don't need to swap into a second tray. Actually, wait. Picky or Xochitl, either of you have refresh. Okay, if you could break into the tray that has a refresh on it, one of the 2 of you, not both. Okay, so Picky, what you're gonna do is while we're pulling trash mobs, just try to make sure that you're keeping refresh on the party. If somebody runs away from you and they like miss the refresh, then okay, so we're pulling the Vikings. We do have one of the people that was involved in sniping in.
They're both
They
here
are
actually.
on they are on tank. So I'm pretty sure they're not maybe not party together, but they are. I think they're probably communicating with each other. Yes, you are on the wrong side. Actually, we have several people on the wrong side. Could somebody handle polls here with keeping in mind that we have the person polling stuff?
Yeah, so
I'm gonna jump over real quick. Picky, Xochitl, and
stay at its side, not behind it, not next to the main tank. Stay at its side. Do not assume AoEs will be stunned.
you guys are gonna need to drop down a call with me.
AoE coming out. When it returns towards you, it is not facing you. It got stunned. Cool.
We should be, unless. Oh no, I think Trance was talking to a couple others.
Yeah.
They moved down.
Yeah, my message in party chat was just memeing about a way to kill them.
Mm. I'm just hoping this tank doesn't do what they did yesterday.
All right, hey everybody. One thing for Earth Party, both of our healers dropped down to the wrong side, so keep a close eye on yourselves. I know we have mostly tanks in our party, but for the two DPS, mainly me and the Black Mage, keep a close eye on yourselves. Use your Eureka potions. If you need to, I would not blame you for just staying in defensive. Um, the healers will rejoin us. But just for this boss, keep yourself alive. So this boss will have get in, get out mechanics that'll be introduced pretty early. So just keep an ear out for those. The second time that he does, or the second time he calls down spears that mimic his actions, we will deal with an AOE and then stop moving. Once you've dodged the AOE and the floor changes back, you're going to dodge some blue line AOEs. If you get grabbed by the grabby hands, pop sprint. If you once you dodge the AoEs, get to the center to bait a proximity AoE. I will be baiting an AoE to the south. Other than that, that's about it. The fight's pretty simple. Just listen to calls. I'll tell you where to go pretty much well beforehand. So other than that, we should be good to go. Do we have Eve or Cuddle? Do one of you want to maintain?
I got it.
Okay.
I am good with y'all are.
All right. In that case, let's go ahead with let's do a 14:30.
14:30 sounds good.
All right, 14:30 on the Arsenal timer is our pull time. This is a good time to make sure that you apply any raid food that you have, current to your raid food or slightly above, or slightly below. The extra vitality is very helpful. Earth Party, that is even more recommended. We are pulling in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, LBs, 3, 2, main tank established, and let's get started. Boss is going to start us off with a tank buster. Here goes the tank buster. After this will be an introduction to the get in, get out mechanics. It will be get in or all the way out first. After this will be a get out. Get out. We got our raid wide coming up next. Get shields and heals for your party. Next up, you will be calling down spears. We're going to be moving out to the white tiled area. We're going to resolve the mechanics out on this white tiled area. We will be get all the way out between two spears, all the way out between two spears. You just vibe there for a bit. All right, get back in. Got a raid wide, shield and heal up. Got a tank buster. For this next set of spears, you're going to want to get out next to a spear, get next to a spear, and then underneath it once the AoE goes away. Make sure you're out of the AoE. Oh, boss is deceased. All right, at the top of these stairs, there will be a trap, so please do not go past the top of these next stairs until we get a percept on it. Once you see the orange trap, please walk around it. And then as we come into the next room, hug the wall, as there are traps and AoEs and mobs in there, so please be very careful going into that next room. Okay, well, focus the sprite.
Alrighty. Hello, BA West.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one because Fury touches on a tank. So.
Yep. All right. Party heals for the Calca.
Careful of maybe going for the copper right now. Let's just make sure we get the rest of the mobs done through first. Now you can make your way over to the treasure copper and pick it up.
I'm gonna get that Gesh. Maybe. Yeah.
After riding, I'm gonna run downstairs and grab food.
Cool. I've just committed to not eating until the run's over, or maybe AV.
I just want my food in front of me.
Is it tater tots again?
Just
don't even worry about the Megasis. We're gonna pull
yep,
the
we're gonna
centaur.
grab a centaur. Watch out for your
Ignore-
big AoEs and stuff, your heals. Let them just do their thing. Please be ready to sleep this centaur.
He's gonna pull him over.
Yeah, just don't AoE.
Yeah, just
They're
focus
his.
the centaur. Picky, can you make your way over to the main party and do that refresh?
Mm.
Oh, whoops.
And I'll grab that next centaur.
Text, how much longer until your LD's back up?
Please sleep it. Make sure to dodge AoEs. We can't dodge them for you.
Was that Kiritacha doing the polls?
Yes.
Gotcha.
I mean, we can't go forward until that's open. So we will have to kill them. But I kind of just like sitting here.
I mean, I kind of want to just like let him do it.
I'm game for waiting it out.
Could we like have a full ride and mechanics explanation while we're waiting?
Yeah, that's true. I can start on
it.
riding expeditions. Trance, is it gonna be you or me doing the riding explanations?
Let's do closest to 720.
Okay. All right, it's you.
All right. So we're going to do some real quick ride and explanations. You won't be able to see the arena quite yet, but it's just a circular arena. Don't be too surprised. The main thing about this fight is you're going to stick with just kind of a pack mentality. Generally, stay with the group. The best thing about this fight is that for quite a while, sticking with the group and staying on top of the rest of the party will keep you alive. The main threat of this fight will be lateral Zen Tetsuken. This is going to be the thing that's going to be, and actually, it's not even the Zen Tetsuken that's the threat. It's the ball lightnings. We will get to the center of the arena. The boss will disappear and then reappear on either the west or east side of the arena. The west side will be labeled A. The east side will be labeled C. I will say which side to face. You will stand in turn and face him. We'll pop sprint and then run to one of two sides as a safe side. This will either be to the left or to the right. Depending on which side he's going to cleave, we'll run to the opposite side. The main thing to keep in mind, though, is that there will be a series of AoEs dropped under everyone's feet in the center of the arena. So you want to get out of those AoEs first and then get to the safe side. So you can run straight forward, straight back, straight to the left, straight to the right, whatever gets you out of those AoEs, and then get to the safe side. After that, he cleaves the arena. He comes back with some, we'll have some ads that will spawn. We'll kill them depending on whether or not the boss is low enough. If the boss is low, we'll just focus the boss. If the boss is not low, we'll focus the ads. And then past that, it's a pretty simple fight. Again, still sticking with the pack. The only other time that you will need to move away from the group is there will be some tethers that to be broken. That's about it for the fight. If anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask, I know that there's one big popular one that everybody likes to ask. I'm mostly leaning towards other questions, but if you want to ask that one, you can go with that as well.
As far as writing goes, like, hey, there we go. There's the question we always wonder about. Why is he called Raiden, Trance?
I believe it's because he's raid in and we are in raid. So
Oh, that makes sense.
Could I
Huh.
re-explain where we need to run to the cardinal directions? It's not it'll not be too much about the cardinal directions. The main thing is, so we'll get to the center of the arena, and the boss will appear on either the far west or the far east side of the arena. You're just gonna turn to face him, and then dodge the AoEs that spawn under your feet. And also, then after you dodge the AoEs, run to the safe side. So I'll say either left or right. That's just where the group is going to be running. You make sure that you get out of the AoEs first and then get to the safe side.
The common ways people die there is either by waiting to see which side is safe before running to one side or the other, which then they can get got by the AoEs underneath them, rather than focusing on dodging first, or people dodge out of the AoEs and run too far, and it ends up being the wrong side. You can just sidestep out of them, or even run straight towards Raiden, wherever he appears, and then you can just sidestep left or right as needed. Also, this KG person is trying to drop AoEs on people, so that is another person we get to report this shit out of.
Also, Picky, yeah, make sure you put your wisdom of the Aether Weaver on.
Yep. I'm just waiting until after the run's over to do all the reporting, because, you know, the more info we can get on each person, the better.
Do you like screenshots?
Oh no, I'm streaming.
Okay. Ooh, even
If
better.
you're
Even better.
DPS, he is about to leash the mob, so be careful.
Really?
Oh, he
So-
stopped. Never mind.
No, he's just going up towards Raiden.
So, one thing to keep in mind, if you are planning on reporting this person, this is something that I like to say about reports for these. As Phi has stated, technically it is not against the rules for them to take a portal. However, you can make the argument that because they are taking spaces from a pre-made run, especially ones that is geared towards getting new people through the arsenal, it's very easy to make the argument that they are intentionally making or messing with runs that will help people through this content. So lean heavily on the emotional argument of this interrupting a newbie friendly run, not
People
so
had to
much
give up
the
spots specifically so they could not help people because of these two wanting to get in. So
yeah.
Harassment for dropping AoEs on the party, harassment definitely works there as well. All of that being said, now that we're at the boss, you can see a bit more what we meant by the A and C. All of this is handled by calls anyway. Transy just gonna do the calls as well.
Yeah.
Might as well. All right. Well, I will be the main tank. So tank stance check, food check, vibe check. And I think we're good.
2345.
2345.
I don't know. Do we actually have the vibe?
I mean, that's a very good question.
Vibe check.
Just gotta go with the flow.
Yeah,
Get a
vibe
whole bunch
status
of
checked.
Get a whole bunch of machinists to get a reassembled drill for the ultimate vibe check on the boss.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, LBs, 3, 2. Main tank established. Let's get started. Boss is going to start us off with a raid wide, so get shields and heals ready for your party.
All right, here's a tank buster.
Yep. After this, the edges of the arena will be made unsafe. You're going to want to move out to max casting range if you are a caster or ranged. Melees, you can stay for a little bit longer. On the next cast bar, you will want to move out to max casting range with the rest of the party and stack up as a group.
What the heck is he? Okay.
Just move out to the group, stack up as a group, move out to the group, stack up as a group. Get underneath the boss, stay underneath the boss's hitbox. Get to the center of the arena. We're looking for him to appear at either A or C. He's at A. Turn to face him. Pop sprint. We're running to the left. To the left. All right. Boss will be coming back with a raid wide, so get shields and heals ready for your party. Soft spread for lancing bolts. If you have an AoE, take it out to the edge of the arena. Take it out to the edge. I think we're going to focus the ads. I'm just going to make
Yeah,
sure.
it's too high of a
Let's
percent.
focus the streak lightnings. Focus the streak lightnings. This is an enrage mechanic. All right, get back to the boss. We're going to have a raid wide here in just a moment. Get shields and heals ready. Stack on the boss's butt. We're going to be baiting an AoE. Then get out of the purple. Out of the purple. And finish the boss off. Having two people that are literally not contributing to the damage at all is not very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also, like we say, lots of new people.
Well, no, I just mean like the
Travis
scholar is just standing there. Ignore that bibliotaph. Ignore that bibliotaph.
Yep,
We will be pulling
bibliotaph's
the
all
wind
theirs.
mobs. Please be very careful. The bibliotaph does have a get out or get in mechanic. We're going to move into the room a little bit. There are traps in this room, so please be careful. But we are going to move into the group or into the room a little bit to get away from that get in or get out mechanic.
And if we can get a sleep on the Calca as well.
Okay, trap has been found, so it's nowhere near us. We have plenty of room to move.
Cool. Thank you for that Vogue on the Calca. We can wake it up.
Right, let's wake the Calca up.
We're gonna pull here away from the bibliotaph a bit. Yeah. Calca will point away from the group. I'll pick up Biblio if needed. Good death.
Let's grab the other bibliotaph. If you run out of spins, get close together, Earth Party, and Picky, if you can make sure to pop those refreshes.
So
Refresh
how are they doing?
There's apparently a third in there helping them.
Oh no, yeah,
no.
these are like yeah,
I'm
we are
just fighting the
aware.
mob because it got pulled. That's
No,
it.
yeah,
I'm not
no,
part of the group.
yeah,
Don't help.
no. It's a couple of people. No. I mean, if you want to fight it, you can.
Oh, these
we
are Roblox people. Just Roblox people cleaning
Oh,
up
yeah,
their
no,
messes.
we are 100% aware of who these people are and where they came from.
Fair enough.
I'm
no,
just
we're
marking
not.
so I know who to ignore.
Yeah, no, we're not. The people, the only two people that sniped in, those are the two problem children. Everyone else is pretty chill.
Okay.
Don't worry about don't worry about the rest of the people helping out. They're just
need
choosing
to
to
die
help
for
out.
the door to open, so you might as well help.
Yeah, all we ask is that people, respect how we do things, and if they don't, then we don't respect them.
Sure, I get it. Fuck these people.
It is just making our lives harder for no reason.
Yep.
So might as well make their lives harder.
There's a trap in front of this chest. Always hang back until it is found. Yeah, like this is one thing we all kind of anticipated with DC travel, or at least some of us did, is there are shitheads in every community. There are people who insist that their way of doing things is the best kind of regardless, and a lot of them are going to just show up and either, try to run things the same way or assume they already know how things are done or should be done. And really, we don't give a shit about those people. We'll deal with them as we have to, and then
for the people who do politely come over and suggest things, we will
Yeah,
listen
no,
to their
totally.
suggestions, and if it turns out to be a better option, then hell yeah.
Like I said, like I might host an impromptu to do what's it
Do
called,
not worry
paper
about that
stuff later.
sprite.
Why don't you
As
just
long
come
as he
try
gets
it on Aether?
interrupted. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really feel a need to DC travel. I get enough runs.
No,
Like-
I get it. I was just
Yeah.
instead of having to host a whole run for it, it just seemed easier.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab this logos for us.
Okay. Cuddle's also ready to pull third sprite as necessary.
Yeah, it's understandable, but like also, this is my community for it, and if I'm gonna host stuff or go on stuff, it's probably just gonna be here.
Not a problem.
Just doesn't win.
That's a good win. Thank you. Hello, you got the other sprite?
Yeah, Cuddle, you can bring the other sprite down.
Yeah, all I care about is if that sprite's getting interrupted that they're holding. If we have eyes on that, that's all I care about.
Yeah, I got it.
Puddle's really making sure that our new healers are on the ball.
Nice.
I just realized I was standing. I was fixing something and I was standing on this sprite. Not me.
Alright, gonna get this Logos.
Second.
And then we'll go down to Wind Room. What's knowing what you're doing? How does that work? Must be nice. Alright, we're gonna pull the wind mobs out of this room. There is one trap in the room.
It's
So,
fine.
far? Cool.
You want us to go in or stay out?
Stay out. We pull ads out into the hallway. These AoEs won't kill you, they'll just put you to sleep. Just like Ozma explanations.
No portal.
I don't know. I haven't fallen
Wall.
asleep during an Aussie explanation yet because the music's too bad.
That's very fair.
Wall.
Also, this is
Wall.
sometimes the only
Almost
sleep I get.
meaningless.
No wall. Got it.
No, there is a wall, but it's almost meaningless because it's water.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still, it's a something. It's a lead.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, we pull things out into the hallway just because it dodges traps. It gives us the most room to work with. When it comes to like fire and earth rooms, those rooms never have traps, so those are the only times we'll group stuff up in the center. We're going down to water room now. A little more dangerous than ice room, but you know, if there's a wall percept, it's at least worth checking.
What does the wall mean, if I may ask?
So
So
you can percept through the wall. You've got quite a big radius, and if it says there's one near when you've already found traps in the room, it means it's in the back corner of the next
Hey,
door room.
everyone clear back. Everyone pull back. Everyone pull back. Everyone pull back.
I'm just pulling these Calcas, yeah. Because with Calcas, I'm not gonna let them stick around, regardless of their bullshit.
You pulled
these
AV?
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
we do
Everyone.
both.
That's
Yep.
why I say everyone come back. Everyone
Yep.
come back.
Yep, we call that jukeboxing. That is also strongly discouraged here.
There we go. You can move back forward now. The boss is reset.
All right.
So,
one sec.
What is jukeboxing?
So jukeboxing is you can technically, because the door is open to the AV hallway, you can pull AV to the point where he leashes and resets back into his arena. For some reason, at least in this instance, it has the strange effect of causing the AV music to play constantly until you kill AV. For some reason, people decided to start thinking that this was a really cool idea and that they really liked the AV music, but that they don't know how to use Google because their brains are the size of walnuts. And so they decided that they want to just pull the AV boss and risk getting people auto attacked or risk somebody pulling it that doesn't know what's going on and accidentally casting Meteor on everybody. And it's really, really cool. And it's definitely not something that pisses me off to no end.
These aren't people to be hated. These are people to be pitied. Is kind of the best way of putting it.
Whoever was interested in the wall percept, can you come into water room quickly?
Do you want Cuddle to get rid of that trap or?
And now we're probably fine.
Okay.
So, so
Coming.
whoever's asking, this portal in the back corner, is what you're percepting through the wall from wind.
Oh, I've only been a
Just to be
preceptor
sure, a portal has
once.
been found.
Yeah, portal found.
Got it. Yep. It is an ice. You can go through the portal, everyone. There's
this room here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got confused as to who was talking to me. So that was the portal or the trap you were detecting from the other side?
Yeah, because it's so right on the wall, so you know there's a trap there, and it makes it easier and safer to go through the room.
Oh, so
But
that's what
also,
you mean by wall.
But also, the portal can spawn here, and
Right.
that's also in range, so you can also detect the portal maybe being there.
Gotcha. Thank you for the explanation.
Sorry for hijacking voice call. Back to you.
You're all good. I'm gonna get that Gesh.
So we don't necessarily have to fight AV yet, or
no.
They have pulled Calca, and might be pulling it into, or they're at least facing it away. That's something.
You can sleep the gaze.
Yes, but I prefer to save sleep for slapstick, since that tends to be a more dangerous thing for the raid. Since Calca only requires positioning, it's not as big of a deal. Speaking of, we are gonna have to deal with slapstick. I'm gonna round up the ice mobs.
Nice stuff.
Yep. Pulling these back away from the trap. Alright, Addie's off to help Percept. Lego's doing the same.
Yeah, thanks, Eve. Right before I asked.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Alright, I'll grab that slept Parago. Thank you, Cuddle. Cuddle's got the other one, and we're good.
Perceptors can go ahead. They have them already.
They're already gone, yeah.
We're done.
Sorry, I was answering a question in my party chat.
Mhm. So we're gonna clear the 2 ads out of this hole, and then we'll make our way to our elemental rooms. So elemental rooms, this is part of why we have elemental parties. This will be things we have to kill just with your party in order to spawn the support fate that lets us kill AV.
Metal's going down and grabbing second cache.
Otherwise, if we don't do support fate, if we don't spawn it and they don't kill it, then it's basically like AV is in Final Fantasy XI, aka unkillable.
So
No, there was
okay,
a
wait.
dev-intended way of properly killing him.
Let me make sure that people know about this.
Oh no, can I do it? I was actually there. I did it. I was in the event.
You were part. Well, no. I'm not talking about the
Oh.
11 one.
Oh, I was talking about how we did AV Savage and got to 0.01% and it said fuck
you were part of that.
Yeah,
Okay,
you were
good.
just so excited to please let me talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can if
man.
you want to.
So
No,
you
it was
got
sweet. It's sweet.
if you don't kill support, you get 43 seconds before he goes invincible with Indomitable, and then he benedictions himself and he goes back to full health, and you can't do anything for like 4 minutes, and we haven't tested that yet because nobody's survived that long. Anyways, so we went in and we were able to, after a couple weeks, able to beat AV within less than 40 seconds. I think we got him down to 0.01% at 30 seconds. And then he was like, nah, fuck you, or 38 seconds or something like that. And he's like, ha, fuck you. And he went invincible and gave himself all back to full health and killed all of us. It was a fun time, though.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Like, we're gonna go in. We're gonna see what happens. We are not going to live, but we are going to have fun. Those are the best kind of runs. I feel like.
That's great.
As far as elemental rooms go, so each room has a tank. Once your trap has been percepted, that tank can use their invuln and pop the trap, just to make things a little safer. If your tank is a Dark Knight, they want to make sure that their healers are not only there, but are actually ready to heal them up. Additionally, Dark Knights can unequip gear to make it easier to heal them. Eureka pots do a lot of the work, etc. When tanks are ready, their traps are popped, etc. They'll want to have tank stance on and be in the glowing button. I've got fire rooms, so y'all don't have to worry about that. Other rooms, I want tank stances on the tanks as well as them in the glowing button. They also want to make sure that their Magia Auto is not set to offensive. If there's a little sword symbol in the bottom left, use Magia Auto again to spin it to defensive. That way, you won't spin over and get yourself killed when the ads spawn. Make sure you're in defensive for your rooms. Let's do some ready checks. Oh, I'm glad to see half is ready in Fire Party. Half is our LB battery. Alright, so we got lightning, water, water, support, ice, Wimdy. Fire's ready. How's Earth looking?
We just finished the ready check. It's just readied up, so.
Okay. That is all parties reporting ready. Tanks should all be in the buttons. I'm gonna step in. 2 ads will spawn per room. Tank, make sure to pick them up. Stop people from getting killed. This is actually the best place to use Death in the Arsenal, not because these ads are the scariest, but because being able to race everybody to the door is the best part about BA, or one of. Never mind the
Well-
fact that Earth and Fire start out closer. That is not unfair, I promise.
Hey, lightning won one time.
Yeah, no,
I
every
make
party has
water
a chance to
wins a
win.
couple times. Water best element, by the way.
The real embarrassing moment is when ice wins.
Right? Yeah,
So
ice
I
mobs
have a
have
death
a.
report.
You have a death in wind?
No, I have a death report. All 6 deaths missed. This is wrong.
Oh,
We
okay.
want an ice blast.
I heard death and I assumed the worst. I mean, that's still bad, but what percent were you casting them at?
Like 95. Yeah, they're gonna miss, but like.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's how you get the dopamine, is when you get it
Yeah.
at 95%. Like
2 runs
it
ago, we
feels
got
good to
close
just
99%.
it feels good to just cast that on the walking Kalka and kill it before anyone can pull it.
All right. Please do not wait on the bridge here, as this is not my beautiful AV arena. This is not my beautiful house.
I did have somebody in my party who said that they may have missed some fragments. If you did, there may be a treasure coffer here, right at the end of this arena. After that, there is also a treasure coffer up at the top of the steps here, behind this big trap. As well as a you should have 12 Eureka fragments and 15 obscure logo fragments.
I've actually got a Talking Heads Remain in Light on vinyl. So it's a fun one.
Oh, he pulled the Parago. Oh, we could let a Tor
Yeah.
hammer him.
Yeah, let
We
it
let a
Tor
Tor hammer
hammer.
him.
Yeah, let it Tor hammer. I'm gonna grab
Please
these
don't.
tomes.
Please don't sleep it. Please don't sleep it. Please do not sleep it if you see Toy Hammer.
Just ignore it and stay away.
Yeah.
Just be very
Just following
careful
the
of the
Dorito.
water. Just be very careful of the water 3 and the flood.
Yeah. If they if they came in as a tank, disrespected, no, we're not respecting them back, and want to keep pulling stuff anyway, knowing full well what we're gonna do, then that's fine by
Be
me.
careful if you're attacking it, not a tank. He's almost at range for leeching.
Mhm.
Not quite though.
I gotta give him credit. That was at least smart what he just did.
Yeah, no, like these people know what they're doing. That doesn't stop them from being disrespectful assholes that we give no shits about. I don't care if they know what they're doing or not. Like, I don't
Oh,
care if we
yeah.
can learn from them or not.
This is the same person who one run about a week and a half ago solo pulled AV and like survived until practically enraged solo.
Mhm.
Oh, they did that yesterday.
They did that yesterday as well.
Yep. And the other person in your KG did the jukebox on Kitty's Run 2 days ago. Or no, that was last night.
Yeah, we very much know the sort. We have people in Roblox who've been reading their messages, so none of that's surprising to us. Be ready to sleep the centaur.
Support
Can't sleep
the
it.
support wipe is generally a joke. If support actually wipes, you will hear much more concern in everybody's voices.
Yeah, it will be less support right and more like
I have a situation here.
you see what happened was
Houston, we have a very big problem.
Is there anyone in the other parties that have Indom that need a refresh on traps?
Okay. Here, we're gonna wait on the left side of the bridge for refresh of shell. We have to wait for support party to get in, so we got some time to kill.
And also we
So
did our
funny
assignments.
story.
So.
Justitia's HP did not go to 0.
Oh?
No, it was only half.
Yeah, Picky, go ahead and pop like refresh once or twice, just to make sure that we all have our spins. And then once you've refreshed a couple times, just to make sure that we have the timer on it, you can break into your new remember tray.
If you've gotten a refresh of shell, please step away.
Thank you for the reminder.
I should have checked before I picked up food and started eating.
Right.
You were literally the first person I shelled trans.
Yeah, I'm gonna be muting and eating as well. At least eating some of this. Like I've got a fucking sandwich that's this cold at this point. So it goes. You don't work at a kitchen and not be okay with eating cold food.
Oh man.
Goes with being a
Yeah,
parent
just
too.
a precaution. You probably shouldn't walk into the AV
Yeah,
arena.
I would pull back from the arena. If they decide to go in and pull and solo it and that kind of thing,
Do
you
we
do
not
not want to
give
be in the arena.
shell to KG, the people
yeah.
who we're supposed to ignore?
Yep, do not give shell to them. We just completely ignore them.
They're giving shell to us. They're helping us.
That I don't care.
They
That's
don't
on them.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me?
So I really hope that was sarcastic.
Yeah. Do I need to elaborate? DC travel was a mistake. Just straight up.
Fi, do you want protect?
I'll live either way.
I'll give it to you.
Fair enough. Alright, I should probably actually eat. I am going to, and then I don't. I'm gonna mute so I don't eat into a microphone because I'm not a fucking monster.
Yes, you are.
But before you go, that is your own opinion, and we do not endorse that.
Don't enjoy.
About DC travel being a mistake. I do want DC travel.
Yeah. I mean.
Hi, Kia.
Hi, Kia.
DC travel
Yes.
is a mistake.
No.
Ah oui, maintenant je peux venir vous voir et parler en français.
It's like,
Yes,
look.
I want you all to experience the French.
everybody from the other DCs just come to laugh at Balmung players like monkeys in a zoo. Like, why would I want DC travel to be a thing?
I just came here to say
monkeys in a zoo.
I just came here to say
no.
Kio's fucking wrong.
Kio's wrong. I mean, I
Industrial fan.
Oh.
Huge pumping fan,
No,
yes.
no! Back up, back up, back up!
Yeah, back up.
Of course.
What happened?
They're
KG pulled it
still
again.
pulling, I think. Keep walking away, keep walking away, keep walking away.
Wow, talk about coming back right in time.
Yeah, right.
They know that the support fate has to happen, right?
Support fate has happened.
Or,
Yeah, it's already dead.
Yeah, the soup's dead.
Yeah.
I was not paying attention. Apologies.
Yeah, they're basically
No
just
worries.
jukeboxing additionally, so.
Okay.
But AV's song is so good.
No.
Well, I mean, if you really like it, Google exists. And so does YouTube. Like, you can
So,
listen to it.
I mean, I
listen to it all
do
sorts of
actually
places.
like it. I'm trying to rearrange it.
So the whole soups thing, do they enter another portal when they're done? Is that what's
Yeah,
going on?
when you kill Tristitia, you'll get the same buff that you get from the same buff that you get from Avni when you kill Avni. And then 8 portals will spawn, and one more group of 8 can join in.
Oh, so they just pretty much just join in halfway through this entire instance.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Oh. But they don't get
They
as
get-
many as Eureka fragments though, right?
No,
They get 12.
you get
16.
the guaranteed. You get the guaranteed the 30 crystals, and then you get AV's fragments and Ozma's fragments, and the rewards for those two, and then and that's it. The main reason people will like to go on support is either they want to chill or they want the 30 crystals guaranteed. The main reason people don't go is because they want those 15 obscure fragments.
Yep. That's the big oof of doing support is missing on those 15 frags. Those 15
obscures.
Sweet obscure.
Okay.
It's okay, it's all fucking breathtakers anyway.
What's support looking like?
We're currently there. Portals are red. People are walking into the portal.
Trans might as well start doing explanations.
Okay, we're going to do AV explanations. We're going to go over the 3 minor mechanics first. The first thing is, as you've already seen it being casted several times, Meteor. It is his raid wide. His raid wide is very high damaging. It's a great time if you are new, newer, or under geared. You either swap your magic over to defensive or let your healers know to keep it topped up. If you are a new healer, let yourself know to keep it topped up. Then next up, we have the Tank Buster. The Tank Buster is the first thieving Tank Buster we have from a boss. So we'll make sure that you're moving away from the main tank. Something to keep in mind for this fight is since we do have one person in here on tank, has a tendency to just be weird for no reason. Please be very, very aware of the ignore marker as well as who is aggroed to the boss. If you see that they are aggroed to the boss, you may want to make sure that you move away from them. The cleaving tank buster will hit pretty heavily against people who are not tanks. So after that, we have Medusa Javelin. This is a conal AoE that will big pizza slice AoE. I'll petrify you if you get clipped by it, so make sure that you dodge accordingly. Getting into the major mechanics, we have Eidos. Eidos will affect his bracelets and his halo with a light white color or a dark blackish purple color. Call this light and dark respectively. This will affect two mechanics. The first thing is puddles. Puddles are going to be large circles around the arena that will either be the same color or the opposite color. The ones that are the same color will double in size and explode, while the ones of the opposite color will stay the same size and explode. The way to resolve this mechanic is to be in between two opposite colored puddles and a wall, or in between two opposite colored puddles, or in between an opposite colored puddle and a wall. You can move with the group for this. It's pretty simple. Otherwise, you may hear melee is safe. This means a specific spot within melee range is safe, and you can move with the group for that as well. After that, it's a room split. We'll have a light and dark half. You'll just stand on the opposite color of whatever his bracelets are. It'll be called out, pretty simple. After that, the personal mechanic will come out. 8 players will get marked with tethers. You'll need to check if you have a tether. Wait for the Medusa Javelin to go out. So you'll wait until I say resolve your tethers. Then go physically stand in a portal of the opposite color to whatever you are linked to. You will not be able to go in with more than one person. So if there's already a person inside your portal, you may want to run away. If you are unable to make it to a portal for any reason, whether there's an AoE in the way or somebody in your portal, you will want to go to the edge of the arena and let the orb explode on you and you alone. Lastly, the boss will leave the arena. We'll have some proximity AoEs and some room splits. Just listen closely and keep yourself alive. Finally, we'll have 2 ads that will be picked up and DPS down depending on the boss's HP. And that's it till Enrage. If anybody has any questions of anything that they would like me to go over again, anything like that, I'd be more than happy to do so. Why is he called Raiden? Because he's raid in and we are in raid.
Support is all in here.
I would say, are you at the platform? But I realize that nobody is right now.
Hey.
I'll be, maybe, eventually.
Wiggle check.
Yeah, make sure to wiggle around a little bit.
Hurricane, what's your question? Why is he called AV? That is a good question. I mean, I got 99 problems, and Luft balloons are all of them.
That's a pretty good problem.
All right,
What's
but yeah,
AV's favorite color? Yeah, probably either light or dark.
I suppose I should actually ready check Fire Party, huh?
Yeah, let's get ready checks, wake everybody up. And my voice, when I drone on, tends to put people to sleep. What's the mech that requires you to run outside? If you are tethered to an orb and you cannot make it to a portal because there is somebody in the portal that you were going to, or there's an AoE or anything like that, take your orb to the edge of the arena and let it blow up on you and you alone. Let's see, we got lightning wind, ice, fire, earth. I haven't put earth, but earth is ready. Support waiting on order. Order is ready. Okay. That's all the groups reporting ready. Fi, you're just going to be main tanking this?
Of course.
Okay. Fireal will be your main tank, as has been previously. We're going to set a pull time of 41 flat.
Okay.
Maybe.
Please be very careful. If there is a pull on AV, you'll want to back up. 45 seconds for chain to ease. $30. 20 seconds. 15. And we are pulling in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, LBs, 3, 2, main tank establish, and let's get started. Boss will start us off with a raid wide. Get shields and heals ready for your party. It doesn't go out right away. And here it comes. Now we're going to get an introduction to puddles. No puddles will be safe. Stay away from all puddles. Stay away from all puddles. As this is introductory, keep an eye on the way they double in size. Get back in to dodge Medusa Javelin. Back in and dodge the pizza slice. We're going to have a room split up next. We will be standing on dark. Stand on dark. Stand on dark. And have a tank buster up next. Make sure you are away from the main tank. We have our first full set of room puddles here in just a moment. I'll say what to get away from first, what to get near second. You'll be getting away from dark, near light. Away from dark, near light. Melee is not safe. Back in, we've got some downtime followed by a raid wide. As this raid wide touches down, soft spread for tethers. Check if you have a tether once it goes out, and then wait for Medusa Javelin before resolving your tether. Resolve your tethers. Tank buster in just a moment. Make sure you are away from main tank. And have two raid wides back to back. This is raid wide 1. Raid wide 2 in just a sec. Two auto attacks, and then he'll be leaving the arena. So, and get to the center of the arena, pop Eureka potions, and get ready for 3 room splits. Be standing on light, stand on light, stand on light. Stand in dark, stand in dark. Next one will also be dark, but stay near the center. Dark, but stay near the center. Pop sprint, get away from the proximity. Then we're going to turn around and get right back in to dodge another pizza slice. After this, orient back away from the main tank. Get away from the main tank. Buster going out. And finish the boss off before the raid wide. Very nice job. To the floor, we did have one body that didn't prop.
Yep. If you're going to sacrifice, make sure to call it out usually and yell, stand on the body, etc. That'll make sure that what's the word? That'll make sure that multiple people aren't popping into sack trays at the same time. They can be expensive trays. We don't want people to waste them.
Thank you, Anidia.
And thank you, more. We're
I'll
gonna
keep
hold
an eye.
back and not pull the Strixes right away.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Let you know when everybody's up.
Strixes are our last chance to build gauge and resources. So these are ads we tend to take it pretty slow on. We don't want to death them. You know, we don't want to kill them all, burst them down. So when we do eventually pull them, we'll just take it a bit slower, build gauge and resources, etc. They have 2 moves that we will have assigned people to stun. Don't use stunning moves unless you are those assigned people. They build up stun immunity very fast, and if people stun willy-nilly, then by the time we need stun, we won't have it.
Healers, I would suggest being ready with a swift cast of sleep.
Mhm.
So we do have people in here, especially while on a tank with the stun available.
Are everybody good?
Yeah, everybody's up. I was making sure
Cool.
because the person who has been tagged for it was running back to their chest.
Okay.
The other person's also a caster, so they can sleep it too. So gotta be careful
I'll
about
be
that.
I'll be first stun. Who wants to be second?
I can do second.
Thank you.
Luckily, they don't build up sleep resist nearly as fast. So
I have pulled Strix. Please build gauge and resources, as this is our last chance to do so. Do not death them. Do not stun them unless you are one of the assigned stunners. That's me.
Don't you dare.
All right, and then we're gonna pull back and wait a bit on the second, just for people to get stuff back up. It's not as critical as it used to be, but like Astros can get cards back up and such. Sometimes summoners have to wait for their stuff to roll over enough. I don't know. I'll just pull at the 55 mark.
The only thing summoners need is an energy drain, one singular energy drain.
And yeah, day drain.
Red mage need their mana.
I'm pulling the second Strix. Again, build gauge and resources, don't death. We're in no hurry today. Alright. That's one stun down. I don't think we're gonna need the other one, but just in case. Gonna sign out. Awesome. We're gonna wait on the left side of the bridge to get a refresh of shell. Don't go up front unless you're a party lead putting down markers. And then I'm gonna need to go get a drink for a second because mine is empty.
And I'd
And then
recommend not jumping down.
indeed. Drink is empty, but stay hydrated, y'all. And then I'll come back and do Ozma Expeditions. Again, chill on the left side, get a refresher shell. Once you have it, you can step away from the bridge and back with the rest of the group.
for our newer players, this is where, since I have the time to say this is where the explanations are going to start getting a lot more in depth. There are big mechanics in this that can very easily wipe a platform. So please pay close attention to the main things that we'll go over first. And then the later mechanics are generally going to be handled with callouts. So you can pay, or you can, that can be where your brain starts to get full of too many questions. If you are too stressed out about this, feel free to turn the background music off. Feel free to just, take a deep breath. The getting in your own head and freaking out and missing a mechanic or something is your worst enemy on this fight. Generally, this fight is very easy to clear, but if people start to make mistakes, it can cascade very quickly. So just get comfortable. If there's anything we can do to help you out, let us know.
I am back. So, to go in with AV explanations, to go in with Ozma explanations, I'm gonna start by explaining the big stuff, the stuff that'll definitely get you killed, get your platform killed, stuff like that. After that, I'll touch in on just the movements and some of the smaller things to watch out for. Generally speaking, if you're only gonna internalize a few things, what to do with black holes, where to go with meteors, what to do with Excel Bomb. So as long as you learn that, you're probably fine. Going through that, black holes are first. Black holes happen every other transformation. It's every sphere form transformation. For those, we need to get to a black hole buffer to not be pulled out of the arsenal. The black hole buffer is a green and blue swirly button. There's one on each platform. The other assigned to your group is off the platform to the right, marked with a 2. There's a rough priority on who goes where. Generally, tanks, melee, black mages, DE healers, people who don't want to move too much, can focus on the one on the platform. But if you can, try to go to the one off the platform to the right, range fizz, more mobile casters and the like. That's because we do need one person per button, as well as people making it to them themselves, otherwise we all get pulled out. So again, what I call for black holes, get to a black hole buffer. If you're going to the wrong one, quote unquote, just commit to it. You don't really have time to adjust. Get there safely. You can always adjust for future black holes. The next big mechanic, and kind of the biggest killer here, are meteors. Meteors happen in star form and pyramid form, happening twice per form. Or no, once per form, but marking 2 players per platform. So 2 players per platform will be marked with a big fuck off purple AoE. That big fuck off purple AoE also gives a little red arrow above your head, so you can kind of double check it's you. Always double and triple check to see if you have the meteor. Yeah, meteor or not, because you don't want to assume it's on somebody else and drop it on everybody. One of those meteors needs to go to the 1 marker at the back left of the platform, the other to the 2 marker. I'll be calling out meteors to the 1 and to the 2. If they're both dropped at the same spot, extra damage is dealt, but it is less lethal than dropping one in the middle. So generally speaking, what we tell people to do, if you're the person in front, commit to where you're going. If you're the person lagging behind, adjust to the other spot. Don't dance around in the middle of the platform with it. I would rather have them both dropped at the same spot than have someone try to adjust late and drop it on the platform. Either way, though, after a few seconds, they turn into a pulsing proximity. You'll want to get back up with the group to dodge that proximity, and then they spawn ads that we pick up and burn down. Meteors can be very high damage, especially if they're placed improperly. Sometimes, like, a spot is, like, if they're both placed on the back of the platform, the bridge spot might be free from damage. Just adjust as best as you can, mitigate as best as you can, especially if you hear overload called for your platform. That's the call for high damage and misplaced meteors. So again, meteors to the 1 and to the 2, get back up, respect them. For acceleration bombs, accel bombs are in pyramid form only. They happen twice per pyramid form, and each time mark 2 players per platform. You get this nice little green and pink swirly debuff on your debuff bar. It's been posted a few times. Olivia got it. Thank you. If you have that debuff, it'll tick down to 0. Once it hits 0, if you are taking any actions, you will explode, dealing heavy damage to everyone around you and a damage down. Those actions include moving, using attacks, auto-attacking, you want your weapons sheathed, probably G-posing and adjusting your camera, I don't know. So just sheath your weapon, stand back when it's ticking down to 0, and respect it. Give it a few seconds leeway on either side. It's not that big a deal, as long as you respect it. You generally have time to do it in between other mechanics. If you happen to get a meteor and an accel bomb at the same time, prioritize the meteor, as that is much higher damage if placed improperly. Please place the meteors out at the 1 and the 2 markers wherever needed, and then you can worry about your accel bomb as you have to. Even if that blows up, it is better than dropping a meteor on the center of the platform. So again, accel bombs are in pyramid, happening twice per and marking 2 players per platform. If you get the debuff, do nothing as it ticks to 0. The last big thing to talk about is just for off tanks. I think we might have had a newer off tank. For cube phase, we get close to Ozma to dodge the AoE from it, and then orbs spawn in between each platform and rotate clockwise. It is the job of the off tank to get close to Ozma to dodge that AoE, and then be a defensive magia and use heavy cooldowns, and go off the platform to the right to pop those orbs one at a time. You want to mitigate them as well, make sure you're defensive, etc. They can do very, very high damage. They pierce invuln, so that's not a free pass through both of them. But you can mitigate through one, heal back up, and get the other one. It's not too bad. Off tanks just have to be ready to go. That's all the big shit. If you remember, meteors, accel bombs, and black hole movements, that's most of the fight. There are other things to touch on. Multiple movements in the fight, sometimes 2 movements in a row, either going to the front of the platform, back of the platform, or off the platform. Sometimes that'll be called out with Ozma Shade. Either way, you can just pop sprint if it's a 2 movement. It makes it a lot easier. Multiple types of auto attacks in this fight as well. The different forms have different ones. Main 2 are sphere form is heavy autos on main tank, and pyramid form is a stacking bleed on a random person. Or if someone goes to the back of the platform, they can bait it themselves. We call them the bleed baiter. They've been assigned out. Flea bears just go to the back when called for and back up when called for. They can use Asuna, they can shield. It's not too bad to get through. There's plenty of time to do other mechanics while doing that. And lastly, there are two different kinds of knockbacks in this fight. First off, we have Shooting Star. This is a knockback coming from the black hole buffer on the center of the platform. You always get knocked to the front or back of the platform, as called for, but make sure you're not dead center on the button, otherwise they can decide you're at a weird angle and yeet you off into the void. And lastly, there's Holy Knockback. This is a short knockback coming from Ozma. It's pretty laughable and not all that scary on its own, but later it gets paired with a stack marker as well as a movement. If you go to the back of the platform with that, the ABC marker on that little triangle on the platform is safe from all mechanics. If you're going off the platform with that Holy Knockback, being close to Ozma on the bridge is safe. But that's all of Ozma's mechanics. Does anyone have any questions before we start figuring out pull time and the like?
Which platform would you like support on?
I'll put support on B platform.
Thank you.
Surprisingly, right?
I
So
did
is
not
it-
expect that, Fi. I thought it would be in between A and B on the bridge.
Yeah, you never know.
For Holy Knockback, the way it'll work is it'll be a small knockback from Ozma. So you want to leave room wherever you're getting knocked back from. If you are looking at the bridge, you'll want to stand next to the front of the bridge. If you are on your platform, you'll want to stand near where your letter marker is. The assignments for Black Hole, there aren't any assignments. Every body needs a button and every button needs a body. Just get to one of them.
When it comes to the meteor mechanics, is every meteor from each group? I'm assuming it's each group, right? Does each party
Yeah.
get their own set of meteors? Okay,
No,
so
it depends on it. It's people on platforms are the ones who get meteors. It doesn't matter what group they're in. So it can be both in the same party, in different parties. It doesn't matter. So everybody has to be on the lookout for it, and there's no real easy way to do it.
It'll
So
be
is there? So
it'll
there's only
be two
two throughout the
people.
entire thing, right?
It'll be 2 people per platform, so 6 total meters.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. 6 total, and it happens multiple times throughout the fight, so it needs to be watched for consistently.
There's an
Yep.
enrage mechanic also. Sorry, I was talking with Riss this entire time, so I wasn't paying attention.
Yep, once the ads spawn in, they are an enraged mechanic. We do have to burn them down. It's generally good to watch out for the ads on other platforms, especially if you're like a ranged DPS. Sometimes one of them eats a damage down and might have trouble killing their ads, and that can cause a premature wipe. If you see stuff on the aggro list other than Ozma or Ozma Shade, probably should kill it.
If you can fall off these platforms, right? And if we do, is it just a straight up kick or?
If you fall off, you die, but you spawn, your body shows up on a platform. If you do proc from your remembered, your body, or you do proc on A and can make your way back to your platforms. But we do ask that people just respect Ozma, respect the corners, don't cut corners, respect the knockbacks. Because yeah, if you fall off, then it's troublesome.
Okay.
All right. If there are no more questions, we can start getting ready checks out once we're up here.
Corners are a lie.
Corners are a lie. Like when we clear, I tell people to like test jumping off into the void, because part of it's just fun, but part of it also you can test how far you can cut corners, and it's not much.
It's still, you could do it though. It's fun, especially when you're sacking people.
For Surecast and Arm's Length will work on all of the knockbacks in the fight. But since they go up periodically, you may want to make sure that you're not trying to rely on that.
Generally, I save Surecast for if like both meteors are dropped on the back of the platform in Star, and I move to the bridge. That way, I can Surecast the knockback and not worry about my angle while still taking as little damage as possible. That's usually the only time I'll ever call out for people to Surecast.
The black hole buffers are the green Nautilus symbols in the middle of the platform and in the middle of the bridge.
Yep. The ones for your platform, there's the one on your platform, and then the one off the platform to the right, which should be marked with the 2 symbol. I'm just waiting on Water Party to be ready.
And yes, you can share these. Every body needs a button and every button needs a body.
Mm-hmm. If you're not on one, you get extracted back to base camp and you don't get to clear. If any button is missing one person, if any of them's just empty, we all get extracted. Alright, water is ready. We are good. I'm gonna set a pull time of, I'm gonna do 40-30. About a minute 45. So 40-30 on the Arsenal timer. You can drop down at your leisure. Platform A is fire and earth. Platform B is wind, lightning, and support. Platform C is water and ice. Do not target Ozma. Do not cut corners. You can even RP walk slowly to your platform if you need to. You've got plenty of time.
If you need to spin your Magio wheel, if you want to be offensive, you'll be in Earth. If you want to be defensive, you'll be in the Lightning. You do not need to target Ozma for this.
Yep. If you want to turn Magia Auto off, / Magia Auto space OFF turns it off. Fun fact. Party leads can also, if they have not yet, mark their people. I really need to start doing this ahead of time because when I'm doing explanations, I forget all of it. My brain is small and it is square.
Is there
Is it smooth?
bravery on any platform?
That is a very good question. Does anyone have bravery?
Negative.
Sam does.
Cool. Sam is on half of A and C. Cool, thank you.
Much appreciated.
Alright. Full time is in 20 seconds. Countdown's a little different here. At 7, I have LBs go out. At 4, main tanks establish. At 0, party establishes. Playing in 10, 9, 8, LBs, 6, 5, tanks establish. 3, 2, 1, party establish. Fight's gonna start out with heavy autos on the main tank. It's a good time for them to use Eureka Potions. This run, like all my runs, brought to you by Eureka Potions. Eureka Potions, they're the quenchiest. Ranging casters can pre-position to the back of the platform. And everybody out. Everybody out. Once this is off, we're going to reapproach as a group and do not gap close. So back in as a group, don't gap close. They stack together for star form. Star form is a great time for the party to use Eureka Potions. In one more auto, we're going to get knocked to the front from the button. And we're getting knocked to the front from the button. Three more autos, I think, and then black hole. There's one. There's a 2. And 3. Black hole 1, platforming to the right. Do not greed. Do not greed. Your main takes are taking heavy autos. It's a good time for them to use Eureka Potions. Turn to Ozma. Gonna be a single movement Ozma Shade next. Ozma Shade. And we are moving off the platform. Main tanks wait 2 autos. There's 1. Main tanks off. Return to Ozma. The next Ozma Shade is a double movement. You can sprint for it if you have to. Ozma Shade. And we are first going off the platform and then to the front of the platform. Off tanks be ready, spin to defensive when you can. Off tank, or everyone to the front of the platform. Off tanks be ready to go off the platform to the right. Off tanks go. Pop your orbs one at a time. Stack marker for everybody else. Off tanks should not stack unless their orbs are gone. And holy knockback is next. Watch your angle. Watch your angle. Bit of downtime before the next mechanics. The next thing we're going to see is an Ozma Shade movement, as well as a stack marker and a holy knockback. Remember, if we're going to the back of the platform with this, that ABC marker at the back is safe to stand on. If we're going off the platform, be close to Ozma on the bridge. Ozma Shade. And we are going off the platform, stay close to Ozma on the bridge. Watch out for that holy knockback. After the knockback, don't get back on. Wait, and back at it. 4 more autos on main tank before Black Hole 2. One more auto, and then black hole's coming up. Still a little delayed. And black hole 2, platforming to the right, platforming to the right, do not greed. Your main takes are taking heavy autos. It's a good time for them to use, etc., etc. Return to Ozma. Double movement Ozma Shade next. Ozma Shade. And we are going off the platform, followed by back of the platform. Off the platform first, followed by back of the platform. Get to the back of the platform. After this goes off, we will reapproach as a group. Do not gap close. Stay stacked as best as you can. Meteors are coming up. Meteors to the 1 and 2. Meteors to the 1 and 2. Alright.
I'm back.
Meteor damage first, then knock to the front. Meteor damage first, then knock to the front. Stack back up. Pick up the ads, burn them down. This is an enrage mechanic. Everyone can stay stacked up for this as well. For the next Ozma Shade, we're going to be getting knocked either to the front or the back. Be ready for either. We're getting knocked, and this is from the button. From the button, we are getting knocked to the front. Knocked to the front. And we'll stack back up for 2 more autos and then black hole. Here's a 1. A bit of delay, but black hole 3 is next. Black hole 3, black hole 3. Platform to the right, get to your black hole buffers and do not greed. Your main takes are taking heavy autos. You already heard in my voice what I'm about to say, so I don't have to. Return to Ozma. Double movement coming up. And we are going back of the platform, followed by off the platform. Back of the platform first. Then off the platform. After this goes off, bleed baiters will get out. Everybody return, bleed baiters out. Acceleration bombs are out. Check your debuff bar. Do nothing as it ticks to 0. Meteors are soon. Meteors to the 1 and 2. Meteors to the 1 and 2. Do not greed. Bleed baiters up for meteor damage, as well as everyone else. After this goes off, bleed baiters will get back out. Bleed baiters back out, pick up ads, burn them down. Ozma is low, focus Ozma. Not often you'll hear us call that, but you know.
I was about to call you a coward.
Yeah, I ain't no coward. I ain't scared. So a couple things to talk about before we get going. Before we let everybody go, I suppose. There is a chest on platform letter A. It's got 4 drops. Make sure to get it. Something we encourage people to do is test jumping off into the void here. It's a bit of a rite of passage we do, especially since you can test how much you can cut corners. It's not much. When you are ready to go, if this is your first time, leaving through the exit on platform A puts you next to the NPCs that finish your Eureka storyline. Your mount comes from your achievement menu, not from my boy Jonathan in App Kalu Falls. So go ahead. Yeah, pour one out for my boy Jonathan. Pay respects. Yeah, good job to everyone. I know that there was stress outside of our control on this run. Shit happens. People are gonna be shitheads. Best we can do is just, deep breath, reorient, move on, ignore them, and hope that they leave the content and leave us alone. So, yeah, hopefully that didn't stress anyone out too much. The instance can be bad enough on its own. I'm happy that things were so smooth otherwise, and I hope to see people back again. Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for running.
Indeed.
Thank you for hosting it.
This is
Thank
normally
you.
where Trance is like, I'm gonna leave so I can eat. But I
Oh no, I stuffed food in my face earlier.
I see you've already, yeah.
If I how do I get a
Yes.
marble now?
Yeah, sorry, Hath, you were in base camp, so I
What?
think you got extracted. That's all
That's
I can
where I
think
was
of.
supposed to be.
God damn it, Hat, sandbagging.
I didn't die or anything.
God damn it, Hath.
Fucking troll.
Indeed. One thing I did want to mention as well, well, maybe not, I don't know, I'll poke him. There was talk of a run going on Aether, I believe, for more newbies, to
Yeah.
teach people.
Alex is doing the, like, what, 23 newbie run or
Yeah,
something?
Yeah, I
but
think
I
they
don't.
need some bodies to help, but yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if they're still going.
I'm gonna ask him if he still needs bodies, vets, but it very much is a huge amount of newbies being taken. So solid damage, solid people. And if he doesn't need them, then we can chill. I don't know. Yeah, good shit, everyone. It's on Primal. Ah, thank you. Yeah, see, I don't even fucking know. My brain is square. I'll need to do my obligatory check through to see who all got extracted, but like, not that many people died. Even that
There
was a
were
smooth
not.
outcome.
I mean,
like bodies at base camp.
I saw people get extracted in the first black hole, and then I didn't.
Yeah. And some of that is just making your way, like getting there fast enough. There's that feeling, especially as a newbie, of like going to one and going, shit, I was supposed to go to the other. And it's like, nah, we sign out a rough priority just because if any is completely missing people, we're all screwed. But like, first and foremost, get to your spot, get any spot. Yeah, it's fine.
When I was clearing Alex on the Ozma, I think it was Eric was streaming, and we just watched as this paladin like very tentatively walked over to the bridge black hole buffer every single time.
Oh, they got the spirit. I love it. But yeah, we do these runs all the time. So if anybody did get extracted, you have plenty of other chances to clear. If you were a +1 and you got extracted, that +1 is still available for future runs. It's not like a used it once and it's done. It goes until you clear. Speaking of clear as well, the cleared role comes from the roles channel. It is self-assigned. You do not have to bug staff and role request to get the clear role. But yeah, we do these runs a ton. It's honestly good to get used to getting extracted or things going wrong because you can never guarantee. And generally, the people who stick around the longest are the people who laugh off the deaths because like it's just more fun that way. Content's not going anywhere. It's old enough at this point. It's not going to disappear. We're still running it here, so y'all have plenty of chances. And yeah. We also often do meme runs, which are more geared towards shit posting. There's usually a specific run or a specific meme for the run. So just double check with that. Meme doesn't mean that everything is allowed on that run. It means a specific thing. Like in this coming week, I'll probably host an ASMR calls meme run where all calls and coordination, pretty much once we get inside, all VC talk has to be ASMR whispers. Those are always a lot of fun. They always put people to sleep. It's great. Yeah, all sorts of different meme runs you can get.
I was on the meme run of Tomahawk only.
Yeah, how did that go?
Ryan, alarmingly good. To be fair,
Alex and I.
No.
Alex and I fucking sat in the VC and watched Ryan. That was the funniest fucking shit.
Yeah.
Dude, how many
watching the stream of all the warriors like go from fucking spear to spear, just jumping in the air until it died.
There was a question. What's up?
I was wondering how many shards am I supposed to have total after that whole thing?
You
28.
Get 28 in a single run, which is maddeningly 3 short from getting the first piece of gear. I
They do
they
that on
did it on
purpose.
purpose. Yep.
Yeah, there's also like 90. Like when you if you buy the gear and you start working on trying to get your weapon, you will generally end up at 99 out of 100.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yep.
Extremely. You need to be seeing gear to 11 runs for a full set of melee gear, not including the chest piece.
So back in the day, we our lovely Usagi started a trend that we called a frag minus, because once you kill BA, if you kill Ozma, you are guaranteed another Avni. So like even if the instance is locked, it's guaranteed. And there was somebody, I don't think it was actually Usagi, I don't remember who it was, but somebody needed like 3 fragments. We're like, well shit, like, or they need like 1 or something. It's like all we need to do is kill twins and make it to that chest before Raiden, and we're good. We had like 10 people, and we're like, huh. So like we just stuck around. It's like, hey, if anyone in instance wants to come help with this dumb shit. The first one failed spectacularly because we didn't account for how much, like, we knew Owain would take longer, but we didn't have a refresh in the party set up. We didn't have, like, reflect to help kill Owain faster. So what ended up happening was Owain's side was not dead, but they were just struggling to live. If they had died, Owain would jump over and kill Art's side. Art's side ended up with having everybody dead except for me on Warrior, and it was like, "Fi, please just survive till we get kicked out of the arsenal, otherwise we all de-level." So I just had to stay alive for like 6 minutes of Art looping. We've done a few of those, and we usually get that chest. Like it's just a low man basically. You just do the twins, you get somebody 3 more frags, you call it a day.
Those are the most fun.
Is it 21 for the first piece of gear, Mike? No, it's
Yes.
20,
21
21
for
and
your
36.
no,
Right?
35.
35?
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I don't know anything about BA anymore. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It
So
nets out surprisingly well. You get a piece of like shoe, gloves, or helmet this first run, pants or test the second run.
Okay. Assuming full run, yeah. That makes sense then. What
your
sucks
savage
is
content, Fi.
yeah, no, like I'm just gonna run DRS from here. DRS has full
No.
parties I could just instance in with and kick people if I need to. It's great.
Can you instance him with him?
Yeah, can you
Okay.
instance though?
Okay, when Cade's not there, I can instance in with them. But no, like I've had times of having to kick people from the groups. Like one was a fresh prog where someone didn't join VC, didn't communicate. They were a tank too. So imagine a slime tank, not in VC, brand new, not really reading chat all that well, and try to actually get through slimes. Hint, you don't. So after like
I still need to go see slime at some point.
after like 2 or 3 times, I'm just like, all right, sorry, yep, they're getting kicked, and we're getting somebody else in to replace them.
That's
I'm
why
just
you
mad it
have
took me that long
reserves
to
for.
realize.
All right. Well, either way, thank you for the run. Hopefully, I will come back.
Yeah,
And join you guys.
All of these people that you see, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them, we showed up trying to get that achievement. We maybe wanted the mount. We maybe wanted the arbor. We maybe wanted the other clear achievements. We haven't left. It's been years for some of us, and we're still here. This place is a cult. Once you're in, you're
No,
in. There's no
fine,
getting
no.
out. There's
Not
no
me.
getting out.
As soon as I get that mount, I'm leaving.
Don't forget, you're here forever.
Uh,
Trying to get us
political
caught a
Freedom
cult.
is alive.
I'll be sure to come by
Why?
with some pizza. How about that?
Hey, there's no mount until you sell your soul to us.
That's true.
Oof.
Wait, how do I have one? I didn't have a soul to begin with.
You know, that's what I'm confused about because I'm in the same situation.
Yeah.
We never. No, we've never said that you had to sell your soul. You just have to
Oh,
sell
you have to sell
soul.
a soul, right?
You have a
right.
lot of souls on the line, Vi.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm
I
collecting everyone else's souls that coming through here.
That's secretly why I collect blood nets from people.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But anywho, I will see you all next time.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was a
gonna head
pleasure.
out. Catch you later, Fi.
Yeah, I'm heading out as well. I need to actually eat this Cuban sandwich. This sad, cold Cuban sandwich. So I'll catch people later.
Hey,
thank you for the run.